Hello, hello, hello. Well, as you can see, I'm on my phone again. I'm not even going to go there. But anyhow, how are you all doing? Let's see who all is in the house. Hey, Wanda Hutchins, if you can hear me, can you guys give me a big thumbs up so I can know that you hear me and let me know? Hey, Adele. Oh my goodness. Nora's in the house. Oh, hey, Lisa from Outdoor Dash Travels. Oh my goodness, Denise Stegel. Or I hope I'm saying it right. Stegel from hello everyone from California. Where are you, Denise? Oh, Vaughn's on a roll. And who else? Let's see. Who else? Mm. Okay, all right. Simply C. Hi, Simply C. I haven't seen you in a bit. Where are you? Are you traveling or are you stationary? Oh my goodness. It's been quite an adventure. I guess some of you may have seen that video I did on Teresa earlier in the week. Oh, that is turning into quite a project. But hopefully it's going to turn out well. I wasn't able to reach her this week, so I'm like, oh, please don't let, after all this and all these people have donated all this, don't let her disappear. Oh my gosh. So she is supposed to be back at the meeting area, but she wasn't there. So I'm going to go there every day trying to reach her, let her know that so many people have just been so kind and generous and want to help her. So I have someone who actually I have a couple of people who are willing to help um, get her van all situated and comfortable for her. So it's just really been heartwarming seeing all the people that wanted to step up and help her. Hey, Catherine, hello, hello. Catherine Mars is in the house. Okay, thanks, Lisa. Let me know that you could hear it. Hey, Dreamer, how's it going? And Kenneth Bailey. Oh, Kenneth is in the house. Oh my goodness. Catherine says, I finally got houseless 2 months ago. Whoa. So what are you in, Catherine? What are you in a van? Are you in a RV? What is your houseless situation? Let me know. We'd love to hear. Evangeline from Queens, New York. Oh my goodness. And Caroline Hannah's in the house. Oh my goodness. Dawn from San Marcos. Oh, you're in San Diego, North County. Oh my goodness. That is that is encouraging. And I see Jessica's here. I'm doing my live right now, Jessica. Okay, no, I don't want to be late, so I'm doing it right now. But who who else is here? Oh, Sandra Johnson is in the house. Hello, hello. Hello, Sandra. And Jesse says, new to my channel. Well, Jesse S, we usually do it at the end, but can everyone say hello to Jesse and welcome Jesse S? Because we love welcoming folks in. And today is going to be we have the first day in a few that we have just simply beautiful, beautiful weather. We have been having so much rain this year, which I guess is good because we've been needing it. We've been in drought conditions, but but we're ready for some sunshine. It's beautiful today. I was supposed to be getting together for a van life meetup, but didn't work out. Didn't work out. Hopefully next time. And I was talking to someone that I wanted to do a tour with, but they're headed on the way to Texas to see the eclipse. Is anyone traveling to Texas to see the eclipse? Anyone from California? Anyone from other areas traveling to see the eclipse? Hey, Three Generations. Hello, hello. And Sandra Turner is from Dallas. Oh my goodness, Sandra Turner from Dallas. Oh, I have a nephew who just moved to, well, I think I told you, Jessica's brother just bought a brand new house at 21. I mean, he was hustling, saving money, working overtime, and he brought a house in a brand new development at only 21, and he's getting launched. He's getting launched. Hey, hippie Mimi. So are you really a hippie? It looks like you may be. I was up in Haight Ashbury in that area in Berkeley when the dawn of hippieism, I'll call it, occurred. Uh, Catherine says, I'm another senior out here. Oh, wow. Do you mind me asking you, Catherine, how old you are? Do you mind me asking you that? Um, let's see. Truth Seeker, hey, is in the house. Hello, Truth Seeker. Who else is in here? Elsa Ty is here, with her musical notes being happy and joyful. Oh, yesterday I struck up a conversation with a gentleman in Panera. I decided yesterday, instead of just going into Panera, well, I actually went in there. I was going to buy one of their souffles because they're so delicious. And they were sold out of the one that I want. So I just, of course, got a free cup of coffee and just sat down. But I was sitting, and they have like these kind of um bulk chairs. They're leather chairs, and they're really like club chairs, very comfortable. They have two like in a corner. So I sat in one of them, and a gentleman sat next to me, came and sat next to me in the other one. So we just started talking, and I always looking for content, interested in finding good content. And so I just asked him, I said, would you mind me asking you how old you are? Because he was clearly a senior. And he said, no, but why? And I said, well, I told him my age. And I said, well, I'm just interested in talking to seniors and finding out a little bit about, how you think about things. And I forget, he was either 82 or 84, but he did not look it at all. And we got to talking, and I asked him, the question that I ask random people, you know, random seniors, that is your life anywhere near what you thought it would be at this point? And you know what he said? And he was one of the first ones in a long time who said this to me. He said, I cannot believe how comfortable, and how, he said, I never thought I would be this financially stable. So apparently he, we got to talking, he was a contractor and he did some other things, but he grew up in a household of 7 children, and his father died when they were very young. And we just got to talking, and we both agreed that one of the things that almost certainly adds to your joy and your health is a positive outlook, and being able to look at things um, optimistically, regardless of your circumstances. And he was saying one of the things that one of the few things that he really, it impacts him, and it makes him very he said, each day, he said, I feel, even though I'm cognitively alert, he said each day he feels he's less and less physically strong. And he says it's hard to accept the physical changes, the things that he can't do that he used to do. He said he finds that's the most difficult part of growing older. And I was wondering, is there anyone on here who wants to share what you think might be some of the most difficult parts of growing older? You know, I was talking to someone else because, like I said, I always talk to people. And this person was telling me, and we both started laughing. It was a lady, she's a senior. And she was saying how, the outside of me doesn't match the inside. Inside, I'm still a 30-year-old. She said, but outside, I'm old and decrepit. And we started laughing. Oh my goodness. But one of the things, the 84-year-old guy, I'm going to say he was 84, but one of the things he did, he had just come back from swimming, I think, at the Y. But he said that's something he does every day. He swims at the Y to try and stave off as much physical degeneration as possible. But yeah, I'm just enjoying, I am enjoying life this week. I only did one video, which I should have done 3, but I told Jessica the other day, I said, you know what? I just sat down in Panera this morning, and I just enjoyed my cup of coffee, and I had a nice conversation. I didn't rush anywhere. And that is such a change of pace for me because I'm always, hustling, trying to get a video, trying to get good content rather. And today and yesterday, I just decided, you know what? I'm just gonna dial it back a bit and just start smelling the roses more. Because I don't know, I'm 71. I'm got a whole lot more life behind me than ahead of me, and I want to start enjoying it more. And I'm a real goal-oriented person. So I set a goal and then I grind towards it. And someone said something the other day that made me think. They said, "Are you a person who's always changing the goalpost? Once you say, well, if I only reach this point, I'll be happy. And then when you reach that point, you move it up and say, okay, well, now when I reach that, I'm going to be happy. And then when you reach that, you move it up." And I thought, you know what? That perfectly describes me. I had said, when I get to a certain point in my YouTube channel, actually, I set goals based on time, but I'm still far from where I wanted my eventual goal to be. But I was already in my mind changing that goalpost the closer I get to it. And I decided this week I'm leaving that goalpost where it is. And when I reach that point, I'm not going to be hustling to get any further. If it gets further, fine. If it becomes bigger, fine. But I'm going to be satisfied with reaching that point. But anyhow, let me go back to some of the comments. Truth seeker is all you can do for Teresa is keep her in her van at her age. Not good. Well, truth seeker, I welcome you. If you can do more, I welcome you to come forward and do more. But I am realistic as to what I can do. I can try. I can't put her in a house. I can't change her income level. I mean, there are things that I can't change the world, but I can try to the best of my ability when I encounter a person, if I have the ability to do so, to leave them better off than I found them. And making her van comfortable where she has a bed in it, which she doesn't now. She sleeps across the front in the passenger seat. Where she has a toilet, she doesn't have a toilet in it now. Where she has hopefully a power station and a refrigerator where she can keep some food, which she doesn't now. Where she has some storage. Anyone who saw the video, her back is from top to bottom and from front to back completely. You can't even find anything if you wanted to. So if I can help get all of that taken out, put into a storage unit, and help her to go through that and downsize to where she can have it manageable and things that she really needs and that will make her more comfortable there, yeah, that is what I can do. And I'm not trying to be a hero. I'm just trying to be a decent person helping someone and leaving her off better than I can. But like I said, truth seeker, if you have the ability to put her in a house and to give her a steady income and to do all those things, by all means, I encourage you to do that. But I realize I can't. So I'm not going to try to do something that I know is not within my ability to do. But anyhow, oh, Nora saying hi to Jessica. I'll tell her you said hi, Nora. Linda Stokes is saying thank you for this message. Oh, Patty Irwin, you are loved, and I want people on here to realize that they are part of a family if they choose to be. And this can be, we can't choose the families that we're born into, but we can choose the families that we adopt as we go through life. And this can be one of those families for you. Um, Nancy Glassman. Hey, Nancy. Hello, hello. Ms. French Twist. Oh my goodness. From Portland, Oregon, a new subby. Well, welcome, welcome. And everyone, just greet Ms. French Twist and say hello. I was in Portland and I'm hoping to get back up to Portland this summer to do some things into that area. Who else? Oh, Oklahoma Gypsy. Oh my goodness. What area in Oklahoma are you in? Thank you, Caroline. Hey, BP Man 1192 from Carson, California. Oh, you're up there. I'm hopefully going to be up in that area. I want to interview a company up there. but I don't know. I don't know if the interview is going to go forward or not. So we'll have to see. Hey, Red, one of my moderators is in the house. Hi, Red. Uh, Catherine Mars. Oh, you're in a 30-foot Class C. Oh, that sounds. I love Class Cs. I really do. Oh, so with your cat, oh my goodness. Well, if there are any topics that you want me to try and cover in a video, let me know, Catherine, and I will do my best to do that. Thank you, Oklahoma Gypsy, saying hi to Jesse. So is Elsa. Oh my goodness. Hippie Minnie says it's gorgeous there too. Oh, well. More people saying hello to Jesse. Oh, and Lisa, another one of my moderators, is saying hello to everyone. Oh my goodness. Thank you, you all, for welcoming the newbies in the house. Linda, you made a live chat for once. Well, I'm glad you did. I am glad you did. Yeah, Dell, we had some night before last, about 2 in the morning. Oh my goodness, it rained so hard. I was afraid we were going to be washed away. But I am looking forward. They have what's called the super bloom, where over in the desert and Anza Borrego and some of those other areas, the flowers are they just cover the fields with, they're so thick. And I bet this year is going to be a super bloom because of all this rain. Linda's not traveling, watching from your backyard. Well, hey, have a glass of something and enjoy. Oh my goodness. Uh, Ms. Ms. French Twist is thanking everyone. Sandra says the solar eclipse may or may not be seen here in Texas. Really? Well, there are people who are traveling to Texas. I just talked to one of them yesterday to see it, so I hope they're not disappointed. Uh, uh, Catherine says she's in Cali, not on the whole eclipse thing. Me either. I'm just, I don't know. I'm just not on it either. Catherine says she's decompressing. Oh my goodness. Hey, Miss Net. Hello, hello. How are you doing? Oh my goodness. Hey, my brother is in the house. Hey, Donald. Hello. My brother John Miller is in the house. I may see you. I was talking and telling him I may see him before the end of this month. I may have to make a quick pop trip back to North Carolina, actually to South Carolina. But when I'm in South Carolina, I'll try and pop over and see him. I'm trying to figure the logistics on that. I may not be able to do it, but I really do need to do that. Linda says, we lived in Salem, Oregon in the 2017 eclipse and got to see that one too. Oh, so whether you see this one or not, you've already seen a good one. Oh my goodness. Let's see who else. Hippie Mimi says, yep, she's an old hippie and a Mimi. Oh my goodness. Oh, so Catherine, you're 55. Well, you're just barely a senior, and you're not old by any means. At my age, you're now looking very young, Catherine, very young. Everyone's saying hello to everyone, saying hello to Donald, and oh my goodness. Yeah, Catherine says you're wiser, so is the group. I hope I'm wiser. I have to confess something. Oh my gosh. I had to when I went to, now Jessica had her birthday party a couple of weeks ago. A big old bash, and it turned out fabulous. But I had ordered, all this food. I'm picking up all this food because I did the food, and blah blah blah. It was really a lot to do. And I got to Costco. I'd gone the day before. I'd paid for it the day before, and I ordered a certain amount of pizzas. I had all kind of other food, but I thought I'll get some pizzas because some kids just want pizza. And I paid for it. Then I got there, and the guy told me, he goes, you don't need to bring your receipt. I already have everything set up, and it's posted up here, everything that you paid for. Well, I got there, and this young kid is helping me, and he goes, oh, I've got your pizzas here, but I was short pizzas. And I said, that's not all the pizzas that I paid for. He goes, well, that's all that's here. I said, it's not all that I paid for. Now, mind you, when I went there, we had gone to church. So by going to church, we had limited time to swing by there, pick up the food. And I was on like a time clock. I gave myself like 10 minutes to get in there, pick up the food, pick up the pizzas, get in the car, and be on the way to the venue, right? Well, I'm putzing around with him for 10 minutes. So my 10 minutes is up. I haven't even picked up the other food, that everything is all ready. I just was supposed to pick it up and be out the door. And he's saying, Wells, let me go check this person. Let me go. I could feel I could feel my blood pressure rising. And I thought about it later. I thought I should have been in better control of myself, especially at 71. So he finally came over and I was like, listen, you need to go get my pizzas and get them now. I am out of time. I was really on a roll. And but I have to say, he was so sweet and he was so kind. He goes, well, and finally, he said, well, I can go look and I can see how many you paid for. I'm like, well, why didn't you say that to begin with? Yes, find it. I cannot tell you how wild I was acting. And so he found out, and sure enough, I had paid for the number that I told him. So he gave them to me, and I was on my way. And I'm like storming off. And I thought about it later. I thought, boy, did I act an ass, an absolute ass. And I finally swung by there yesterday. And I had them call him to the front of where you order your food and stuff. And I apologized. I said, you know what? I really was a jerk when I came by a couple of weeks. And I said, I'm very sorry. He goes, oh, and this made me feel even worse. When you're wrong and someone is, and you're out of control, and they're just so nice, it makes you feel even worse. And he was like, oh, it's okay. It's not a problem. You were stressed out. I was like, oh my gosh, here's this young kid behaving better than I did. So that's one of the things too that made me think about, you know what? I need to take a step back, because if me putting this pressure on me is going to make me act like a fool like this, I need to really step back. Oh my goodness. How many of you have done that? Have just acted so out of order that you felt so bad about it afterwards? And it would be different if it was someone my age, we're both, but some young kid who I'm supposed to be setting an example to. Thank goodness Jessica wasn't out of the van, because she already has a tendency to, go there. So she certainly doesn't need to see me going there. Hey, so that's all about, as it stems from you saying I'm wiser, Catherine. I hope I am. I'm trying to be. Elsa says, those on solar, what are your plans for the eclipse? Power plans? Well, if you're fully charged, Elsa, and you don't use that much power, it shouldn't be a problem. Also, if you have a DC to DC charger, it shouldn't be a problem. Or if you have a portable system or a portable generator, you can always, if it's small enough, you can always take it into a library and plug in. Like here, we have rooms in the library that they have outlets everywhere. You can go into the room, and you can book a room and you can just sit in there for an hour, 2 hours, I think 2 hours, and you can charge it for 2 hours. So there are other options, but the main thing is that, and I think the best thing about this situation, Elsa, is people have advance notice, so they have time to plan. Everyone's saying, oh, Sandra is 70. Oh, you're right in my neighborhood, Sandra, right in my neighborhood. Patty says, I'm also 70 and spent hippie days in the Bay Area. I know. Was that not fun? Was that not a fun vibe up there? Everyone's saying hello to Donald. Yeah, Lisa's saying run the van, but Lisa, she may not have it set up DC to DC, where everyone doesn't have it set up where if you run your van, it powers your system. You have to have that connection, and everyone doesn't have that. Yeah, let's see. Catherine says solar is the future, but the generators and at least one good panel. Yeah, I only have one panel. It's 325 watts. If I had to do it over again, rather than having two fans in here, I think I would have had a second panel and had it up to 650 watts instead of 325 watts. I mean, I haven't run out of power, but I would much rather have, I think, I don't know, because with having the fan in front and having the windows open with a fan on, that one fan, it really generates a lot of circulation and it cools it off a lot up to a certain point. If it gets over about 74, 75 degrees, it's still a problem. It can be a problem. Hey Sylvie, hello, hello. How are you doing? Oh, okay, you gotta go, Catherine. See you later. Uh, Truth Seeker says my life is crapola as a senior on money. Well, you're not alone, Truth Seeker. There are a lot of people who are seniors, and I fear that it's going to get a lot worse. Be, I was going to say before it gets better. I don't even know if it's going to get better. I really think we cannot depend on being someone coming along and saving us. We have to save ourselves, and that includes banding together as a strong voting bloc, people, seniors who are having financial, um, and set up a list of expectations and demands, and any candidate who wants our vote, whether it's locally, statewide, nationally, has to meet those demands. And I would say part of those demands are sending less money outside of the country and putting more money inside the country to help people who are here. That's just my opinion. What do you guys think? Um, Hippie Mimi says, I don't know anyone who feels financially stable. Well, this guy did. He says he feels financially stable. The other thing, I should have gotten some of your names. He's a widower, and his wife died several years ago. And he said now this is something he said, it was interesting. He said he was looking for a companion. He said, someone just to spend time with. And I'm guessing he had a good marriage because it sounded like he wanted to get remarried. I thought I should take his name and then find out some of my friends that I could connect him to, but I didn't. Maybe I'll go by Panera and see if he's there next time. But he said that what he is finding is so many older women that he comes in contact with as possible future companions. He said they are on seriously bad financial situations. He's coming across so many, and I wanted to delve further into that with him and ask him if that was putting him off or if he found that unappealing. I wanted to go there, but you just meet someone, the first time you can only go so far and how much you probe. But he was saying the women he were meet were the women he were meeting, his same, as seniors. He said almost all of them were struggling majorly. So I thought that was interesting. Sandra Turner says, I can't believe I'm still alive. Sandra, I'm asking God for 20 more years. Let me get 20 more years because it's going to take that long to get Jessica settled and established. Give me 20 more years, Lord. If you give me 20 more years, I don't know any of my friends 18. I was hoping at 18, she could fend for herself, but I'm like, I need 20 more good years. Oh my goodness. Catherine says, oh goodness, I'm so emotional. I'm so happy to be here on the side. Wow. Oh, I seem to be flipping in and out here. Sorry. Oh no, my phone is, My phone is getting low. I'm going to plug it in before holy moly. Oh, good. I think I got in just in the nick of time. I didn't think to charge my phone because I was going to use the computer. And then when I couldn't get it going, I forgot to charge the phone. But oh, wow, you can do it. Yes, yes, yes. So, Catherine, I would love to talk to you. Would you mind emailing me over at gloriouslifeonwheels@gmail. I would love to talk to you and find out more about, what prompted you to be houseless. Was it your doing, things you may not want to go over right now here on this, but was it your doing? Was it um, something that you were forced to do? But you say you're so happy to be on the other side. So I'm guessing that maybe the other side means that you are financially in a better situation being in your class C. But I'd love to talk to you again, gloriouslifeonwheels@gmail.com. So if you're willing to, if you're not, that's fine too. But Linda, I feel financially stable if I get a little, spend a little, have a little left. Yeah, if you have a little left, you're among people who are doing a lot better than many, because I know so many who not only don't have any left at the end of the month, they're going in the hole at the end of the month. It's mind-boggling how many people are, and it's not just seniors, but seniors seem to be suffering the worst. And from all the statistics I'm following, seniors are having the hardest time, and seniors are the largest group of individuals who are falling beneath the poverty line or are struggling. Yeah, yeah. Kim K says, I'm 68 this year, and I haven't had any problems with growing older so far. Well, hallelujah. That you need to put your both hands up and say hallelujah, Kim. That's fabulous. That is absolutely fantastic. And I'm so happy for you. Uh, Red says, hello, Patty. My older siblings were hippies and we were in Los Angeles, the Valley. Oh, so you're an original Valley girl, huh, Red? You didn't tell me that. Von's on a roll says, was this older guy living in his car? I'm not confused. No, no. He said he was doing very well financially, and I didn't get all the details because I didn't want to say, well, just how prosperous are you? Are you a millionaire? I mean, on such a short acquaintance of about 3 minutes, I couldn't ask that. I mean, it was something for me to already ask him, how old are you, and are you happy? And did you? I mean, these were probing questions, but so I didn't get the rest. But no, he's not living in a car, and from what he's saying, he's doing much better financially in life than he ever thought he would be, based on his start in life. And he's from the Dakotas, Midwestern. Hey, Lily, how are you doing? Not sure if another Lisa's in here. Hello, hello. Hello, all that speaking to me, and the rest, of course, in Carol. Oh, is that you, Lily? Oh my goodness. Yes, there are other Lisas in the house. Uh, Hippie Mimi says, I feel decades younger than I am. I feel decades younger than I am in my mind, and sometimes I feel younger than I am in my body. But a lot of the time now, especially since that crazy trip I took cross country, and now I have this really serious problem with my Achilles heel, I'm feeling more my age these days, I have to admit. I do. Hey, Sheila. Hello, hello. Miss French Twist says, Portland here, or where are you from, Glow? Oh, no, I'm not from Portland, but my builder for my van is in Portland, and I have some other things. I'm always having things I want to fine tune that I would like him to fine tune. Uh, let's see. Everyone's saying hold. Truth Seeker says, growing old, can't remember when you pee if your britches are up or down. Now, I can remember that. I have to say, Truth Seeker, I can remember that. But I'll tell you what I can't remember. Sometimes, I mean, there's so many things I can't remember. I'll go into a store specifically for an item, and I'll be in the store and I'll stop and I'll think, okay, what did I come in here for? I can't remember what I went in there for. So I have to make a list now, either a list or bring Jessica with me and tell her what I'm going in there for so she can remind me. So, I mean, there are a lot of things that, or I'll go to say something and I know there's a word I want to use and I can't pull it up. Now that kind of frightened me the first time that happened. I thought, oh my gosh, I immediately thought, oh my gosh, I'm getting Alzheimer's. I'm getting Alzheimer's. But no, it's just a factor of getting older. But there are things, you know what? A psychiatrist once told me for my daughter who's on the spectrum, he said, you know, you should have her doing all these mind things like puzzles and I have a friend who's in her 80s and sharp as a tack. She does a crossword puzzle. I don't like crossword puzzles though, but other kinds of puzzles you can do, you know, where you put the pieces together. And there's this game now where they have these letters in a circle and then you try and make 20 words from them. But there are things that you can do like that will sharpen and retain your cognitive skills. Maybe I should do a video on that, huh? If you want me to do a video on that, speak to someone and do a video on what we can do to retain our cognitive abilities. Let me know in the comments here and I'll see about doing that because I tell you, I certainly need to be working on retaining my cognitive skills. Uh, Miss French Twist says, I can't get used to people calling me ma'am. I love it. I love it when people call me ma'am. Now, when I was 40, I didn't like it so much. But now, hey, every senior privilege I can get, I am taken. I've earned it. I've earned them, and I'm taking them all. Catherine says, Carol, thank you. You have no idea. I feed others for free, and I'm totally in for the community gardens. Yes. Yes. The sage parking spots and the tiny home communities. Yeah, we really need to do, you know, during World War II, they had, you know, what they're called victory gardens or whatever. Well, we need to have gardens now. We are at war, a war against poverty. Poverty on seniors are, you know, hard times for seniors. That is a war, and we need to fight it with every tool in our toolbox, including you know, I think seniors are going to have to consider shared housing options. I just think it's something that is going to have to be considered. I don't know if as many people say as in that show Golden Girls, but really that is something that if you don't consider that, I think there are going to be people who are truly going to suffer. So, but anyhow, Jessie S says, I'm 61. I do yoga and walk, and I always read. I can still do what I want to do. Well, that's because you're keeping busy, you're doing your yoga and reading. That is really great too, because it keeps your mind alert. I think anything you can do, Jessie, I think the smallest things that we can do can often yield giant returns to us. I really think so. Max says, wish my car were new. I love to leave where I live. Oh, glad or you're happy. I'm near your age. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, that is something that I try to encourage people when they can. Everyone can't, but all my friends who are, you know, within 3 or 4 years from retiring, I tell them, if you can, you might want to get unless your car is in great shape and will last forever, you might want to consider now while you're working, getting another car that will last through retirement. I have one friend who did that. She's going to retire in another year or so, but she has her car. By the time she retires, it'll be paid off. And, you know, she's maintaining it well, so it should last her the rest of her life. So I think there are things that you do have to, you know, look out for and try to do in advance. Let's see. Hey, Judy. Hello, hello. One of my camping buddies. We met at the RTR several years ago. Yes, and everyone coming from sunny California. Yep. Judy's another one from sunny Southern California. Hippie Mimi says, I recently retired and been getting used to not having to do anything. Isn't that something? Isn't that just wonderful, fabulous? Starting to volunteer in areas I've always wanted to, but was always working. I tell you, I was watching a program the other day, and this guy was saying that the best way to get your mind off of your problems is to help someone else. And I have to agree with that. He was also saying he's a big YouTuber. I mean, he has a huge YouTube channel. And he was saying, you want to grow your channel? Help someone else. And I'm like, it's so true. You don't help someone, you don't help people so you'll get it back. But when you help people, you do get it back. It's just, it's funny how that works, isn't it? Hey, BP Man says, how can we help the older lady living in her van? I felt so bad for the situation she was in and would love to help her. Any links to a GoFundMe for her? No, I don't do GoFundMes, and I'm really, I do have a Cash App. I think it's a $ and Glowhaven, $Glowhaven. But a lot of people are donating through the channel, which you can do. The only problem is YouTube takes their cut and I get taxed on it. So, I mean, that's okay. I don't, if that's the only way to help her, um, that is fine. I'm going to, I'm not asking for any more. Well, I never did ask for donations. People just started donating and wanting to know, but I'm not, encouraging people to continue because I think right now we have enough to get her van done, to pay for the storage for, I said 1 month, but we're going to do a couple of months, and to get her situated. Should she need additional funds, what I will do is help her maybe to start her own GoFundMe. I don't like handling money for other people. It's just too wrought with possibilities for people to make false allegations. And I just don't like doing that. But I do it when, when it's the only option. But hopefully we'll get her van done. We'll have that done sometime in May, because we got to get her through all of her stuff. And I think that's going to be a real challenge. I think getting her to downsize sufficiently so everything will fit neatly and orderly so she can move around and really, I mean, if she can't move around and be comfortable in the van, what's the whole point of us doing all this? So I think though, I really think that's going to be a challenge. So what I'm going to try and do is maybe, for every 4 or 5 things that she gets rid of, show her where we're getting her something else. Say, hey, you got rid of these 10 things, but look, we got you a toilet. That will help. You got rid of these 10 things. Oh, look, we got you a power station. I don't know. I don't know how we're going to do it, but we're working on it. Um, but right now, I really just assume that donations stop for now until we get a handle on where we are, and then I would help her to get her own GoFundMe that I don't have anything to do with. I have no connection with the money or anything. But thank you, Sandra. Thank you. I'm sorry, not Sandra. Thank you, BP Man, for asking. Sandra says, I'm happy. Try to watch my vocal content and forgive more. I know. Yoga, stretch more, and don't sit with negativity groups. You know what? I'm going to tell you, one of the biggest things you can do to improve your mental health is stay away from negative people. That is such a big part of maintaining your mental health, which I think in turn impacts your physical health, which in turn impacts your longevity. But negative people, Debbie Downers, they will just pull. I have a person I know. And every time I've had to limit my contact with them, every time I'm around this person, oh my gosh. And I have to kind of pump myself up to even be around them because I know by the time I leave, I feel like a camel whose hump is dragging on the ground. That's what I feel like. I feel like, like my hump is back there and I'm dragging it. And it takes a while to pump it back up. So I had to just lessen my contact with them, and eventually I'm going to probably have no contact with them, maybe only once every 3 or 4 months, and only maybe by phone. And I hate that because I know they're probably lonely, but they're so bitter and angry, and just I just don't want that because it impacts me so much. Hey, Sylvie says, I think the worst part of getting older is being afraid of falling. Ooh, that's a good point. I never used to even give that a second thought. You know what, Sylvie? That is true. I never gave it a second thought. I mean, but now, if I tripped the other day in my house, and as I was going down, I thought, oh my God, oh my gosh, oh my God, let me, fortunately I didn't, I landed on something soft on the ground, but it's like, yeah. Oh, Lily says, have to get the me time in, Carol. Absolutely. Absolutely, I have to get some more me time in, and that's what I'm going to focus on. Gigi 55 says, I'm 69 with no families, no friends or family. I am so sorry to hear that, Gigi. But you can come on here and join us every Saturday and greet us and tell us about what's going on in your life. We are a safe place and we welcome everyone, and you're welcome here, Gigi. So every Saturday, come on over and join us, and everyone say hello to Gigi. And now you can't say you don't have any friends or family, because now you have friends over here and you have a Glow family. I know it's not the same, but I tell you, it's really a fabulous group of people. Hey, Denise says, a part-time once upon a time, I could lay floors, hanging fans, and many other home improvements. But 70 plus, my mind says, yes, I can. But my body, no, not today. Yeah, you know what? We really have to be mindful, um, and take the proper precautions, because a serious fall, or even like my driving that, what was it, 7,200 miles or something, without taking enough rest and break. My arm has kind of recovered now. My left arm, which, I had a pull, has kind of recovered, but my Achilles heel is still impacting my walking, and I haven't started physical therapy yet, but I'm going to have to, because I do not want to do surgery. But yeah, we do have to be really mindful, Denise. After we get to past a certain age, you just have to be careful. Hey, adventurous spirit, hello, how are you? Welcome in the house. Oh, one of my members. Oh my goodness, welcome. I'm so far behind on getting videos for my members. But thank you and welcome here, Pam. So glad to see you. We need to get together for lunch. Let me know. I know one of our group is on the way to Alaska, but there's still 3 of us left in the area. We need to get together. We haven't gotten together in such a long time for lunch or dinner, and we need to do that. Sheila's saying hello to Sylvie. MC, I'm going to say Cullen Ann McDade says, I'm 77 and I noticed that I was having problems getting up off low sofas or chairs. Oh, join the club. Me, I think more because of my weight rather than because of my age. I went to my doctor and he did a referral to physical therapy, now exercises for balance and leg strength. Well, you know what? That's a good idea. That we don't really think of that some things like getting up and balance and stuff, maybe physical therapy would help. So thank you so much for that suggestion. I'm sure it's going to help some people in here. Kari Payne says, is it Kari? Yeah, it's such a great gathering. People, keep up the great work. It is. I know I'm biased, but even being biased, I'm still telling the truth. This is the greatest group on YouTube. But speaking of YouTube, oh my goodness, I had a video I was going to put up today, about how the federal government is monitoring your activity in some instances on YouTube. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And they're doing it with the approval of the courts in some instances. Well, in all instances, I would guess. But so that video is coming up Monday. Do tune in and share it out because I think it's scary. I think it's very, very scary. But I mean, I know we're monitored everywhere we go, whether we stop, we go through a traffic light, where we go into a store, you walk by your neighbor's house, they're I mean, everywhere we go. But this is a whole different level. It's really like a search and seizure. And I don't know. I have some real serious problems with it. So let me know. Watch the video. I would love for all of you to watch the video and let me know what you think. If you think I'm being an alarmist or if I'm really, on the mark here. Hey, Kenneth says, when my back goes out, I just enjoy lying down with my dogs. Well, that's a way to do it, Kenneth, for sure. Catherine says, I let go of everything. Oh, it almost killed me. Oh, yeah, yeah. And Teresa has so little. Everything that she owns is in the back of her van, based on what I understand. So for her to let go of some things, when you have so little, I mean, if you have warehouses and warehouses, although I guess if you're a hoarder, even if you had warehouses, it would be hard. But when you have so little, everything must take on extra special value. So I don't know. We'll see. Patty says, I hardly noticed the 50s and 60s, but when I turned 70, it knocked me out. You know what, Patty? I'm feeling you. I'm right with you. Right with you. 50s and 60s, I breezed through, but 70s, yeah, it's kind of kicking my behind a little bit. Hippie Mimi says, Kenneth, laying down with dogs is healing. That's true, Mimi. It really is healing. In fact, the gentleman that I met yesterday, I suggested to him that he get a dog. And he said he just didn't want that responsibility because he would feel bad if he couldn't get it out twice a day. And he's having a few problems with mobility. And he said he just didn't want to have a dog and not be able to let it out. But yeah, people who have dogs live longer. Maybe I need to get 3 or 4 more dogs, huh? But that's what they say. Oh my goodness. Catherine says, thank you, Carol. We can't change the world. No, we can't. We can be realistic about what our ability is. And sometimes, I'll meet a person maybe outside. The other day I went through McDonald's and I was gonna get a sausage McMuffin, and I was getting, because you get 2 for $5 or $6. So I was gonna get one for me and one for Jessica for the next morning, and because she was already gone. And so as I came out, there was a lady sitting there. She had no shoes on. She had her cart there, and she was just sitting outside. And so I pulled over and I asked her. I said, would you like a sandwich? Because I had the second one. And she was so happy. She said, yes, thank you. And you know what she said to me? She said, would you like some tea bags? I have some tea bags. And I thought, wow, this is someone who really she wants to give back. And all she had was tea bags. And I said, no, I have some coffee here, but thank you so much. I thought, wow. And that's probably, I mean, I can, I actually had somewhere I had to be, or I probably would have pulled over and talked to her a bit. But that was all I could do for her at the time, and sometimes I'll see someone outside a restaurant and I can't change their life. But what I can do is I can go in and get them a meal and bring a meal out to them, or I can bring them inside. Usually what I'll have them do is come, if I'm going to sit inside and eat, I'll have them come inside and eat the meal inside, but sometimes that's all you can do, but imagine though, think of this. Imagine if everyone who encountered people in need, everyone who had the ability to do even a little bit, if everyone did that, imagine how much different things would be. I mean, that's kind of wild to think that, but it really would be a lot different. Hey, Laddie says, you have to laugh and just enjoy the small things. True that. True that. My late husband used to say, getting old is not for sissies. I say, being a parent and getting old is not for sissies. Those two things. I love my home and yard, spend and enjoy 5 to 10 minutes at a time. Thank you. Yes. I think if you can just even take 5 to 10 minutes at a time, that's fabulous, Lottie. That's fabulous. Oh my goodness. Kari Payne is saying hello and thank you to everyone. Red says, that is wise, Carol. Slow down. Your health is important. Smell the roses. A positive outlook is so important. It really is. It truly is. BP Man says, I'm 50 years old and feel a little older every day, just trying to stay healthy as I get older. I was just telling Jessica, we're in the gym, we got into the sauna, and I find doing that just helps me just relax. And the sauna, I'm sorry, not the sauna. I do go into the sauna sometimes, but I'm saying we're in the hot tub, and that is so relaxing. And as we're passing by, I saw a sign up saying hip hop, and so Jessica, we should take this hip hop club. I probably could only hop once every 15 times they hop, but you know what? I think just keeping going. Like, who was it that was saying they do yoga every day, and just keeping it going. Hey, Mary Murphy from Palm Springs. Oh my goodness. Ooh, it is hot in Palm Springs. Heating up in Palm Springs, I know. We've been in Palm. We love Palm Springs, especially Palm Desert. But I'm telling you, we've been there when it's been 122 degrees in the summer, and that's no joke. Oh my goodness. Wanda Hutchins says, can the lady get financial help like food stamps and such? I don't know. I don't know. I didn't really ask a lot of questions regarding her status, if you know what I mean, because I don't want to expose her or put her in harm's way. But we're just doing one thing at a time. Someone told me reach out through social services. And then there's the language barrier. She can understand, but it's hard communicating with her. So if I really want to communicate in a meaningful way, I have to have an interpreter there that was there. I mean, she can understand, but then I can't always understand her. So there are just a lot of challenges, and I'm not saying they can't be overcome, but I'm going to work on doing one thing at a time. And right now she's getting food from a organization that gives out free food. So, like I said, getting her van, and even if she could get on a housing list for low income housing, it could be years before she would qualify. So making where she's at now comfortable really is important. So that's what we're doing. Hippie Mimi says, but also getting older is a privilege and not everyone gets to experience. Jessica was saying, Mom, you're so old. And I said, you know what? You should be so lucky to get this old. You will be lucky to get this old, and you will consider yourself a grateful person and thankful if you do. So thank you, Hippie Mimi. That is so true. We do need to be grateful that God's blessed us to live this long. Hey Mia, hello. Catherine says, oh, thank you for letting me be a part of. Oh, we love having you here, Catherine. And this is a wonderful, wonderful group. But do you know what? It is after 4:00. The Village Network. I'll have to check that out, Catherine. I've never heard of that. Max says, you're a good person to do what you can. Thank you. Yeah, if we could all just do a little, if we could all, just extend some kindness to someone every day. If it's no more than smiling and saying hello, or telling someone, oh, you look pretty, because they would, or you look gorgeous in that dress. But I think if we could extend kindness to someone every day, it wouldn't only help them, it would also help us. But Donald saying hi to his buddy Kenneth. Elsa's saying, do solar panels work in an eclipse? If it's complete darkness, I would say no. but when there's a little light, they still get a little. So I don't know. I would imagine not, Elsa, but I don't. Well, they work. I mean, they work in terms of, okay, if they have power that's stored in them that's gone through, but they're not taking any more power in. So maybe someone can explain it better than me, you know. Catherine Mars says, Carol, where is she? I don't know where she is at the moment. I'll be honest. I don't know where Teresa is at the moment. I've been trying to find her for the last day or so. She was supposed to meet me at a certain place and she didn't show up. So I'm going to keep going there every day, trying to find her and say, listen, hey, all these people have donated all this money. We got to get this van done for you. But no, I'm not going to be pressuring her, but just let her know, because I think she's going to be so shocked when I tell her, you know. Thank you, Lily. I try to be a blessing to many, but you know what? I'm going to tell you something. So many people have been a blessing to me in my life. I can't even tell you how many. I've lost track. So it's easy to be a blessing when you've been so blessed, I think. Sandra says, I eat pickles, kimchi, and no red meat. That kimchi drink, that I tried that. That was not for me, Sandra. I'm sorry. I couldn't do it. Candace is saying, Don, always a pleasure. Oh my goodness. They have a boy club, them and Graham. Speaking of, where is Graham today? Don says, I kind of like the family that I was born into. Me too, Donald. Me too. we were born into a pretty cool family. Oh my goodness. Sandra said, please thumbs up on the video, everyone. Thank you, Sandra. I always forget to say that. You guys do thumbs up if you will. It really helps. Jean says, truth seeker, how many people see a person in distress and walk right by them? Yeah, a lot. I was noticing when I was pulling into a restaurant once, there was a guy laying out there and you could tell he was in bad shape. And people were just walking by him, around him, over him, you name it. Not one person, at least 10 people walked by him and not one person stopped to ask if he'd like a meal, nothing. And I'm sure that's how it had been all day. But yeah, so true, Jean, so true. Catherine says, I can do it now. I just had to let go of my home. How can I help? Well, Catherine, right now, what you can do, just like you showed in that picture, you can pray for Teresa. Hold Teresa up in prayers. Hold me up in prayer that I'm able to get things done for her. Just hold her up in prayer. That's the best thing that you can do for her. Everyone is saying hello to French Twist. And where am I located now? I'm in Southern California. I don't know how long I'm going to be here for. We're just seeing what's what. I needed to make a trip to Quartzsite, but it's so hot there now already, I imagine. But I don't know. You know, I kind of go where the wind blows me, but I'm at my home base right now. Let's see. Sheila saying hi to Keeping Up with Colorado. Hey, Bathtub 49 says hello from Leeds, West Yorkshire, England. Oh, I watch you when I can. Well, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I hear seniors over there have been having a hard time too. And they're even saying it's food or fuel is the saying that some people are saying. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm going to zip through some of these comments and I'm going to miss some of your comments. I know. Catherine says best internet for digital nomads, best cell service. Okay, well let me go back there. Hold on. Let me see if I can go back, and I can't. But if you can hit me up on Glorious Life on Wheels at Gmail, Catherine, let me know that, because I can't go backwards now on the comments. I didn't realize that's what it was. But Violet at Content Boutique says, I think Howa and Bob Wells would love to help. Maybe so. What they're doing, though, they're not giving complete. They used to give away vans, you know, that are outfitted, but the price of vans went up so much that they would only have been able to help a couple of people a year. So they decided instead to do rebuilds and redo people's inside. But I don't know that she can they're in Pahrump. They're going to do their next one, I think, in Pahrump. And I don't think, honestly, that she would be able to go to Pahrump, Nevada, for a number of reasons. But I don't think that's a possibility. Kathleen Weston says, hi from the Bay Area. Oh, bless all the ladies in their cars. Oh, yeah, I was up in the Bay Area not that long ago. And oh, my goodness. It's certainly changed. I grew up in the Bay Area in the 50s and 60s. And I tell you, it has certainly changed. Maggie Smith is saying hello. Sandra Turner says, my first time here, still in Sticks and Bricks, want to attend RTR next time. Oh, that would be great. That would be great if you could attend that. And then also there's the women's RTR. And then there are other van life meetups during the year that you could go to. Catherine is saying, what's the best app for keeping loved ones aware of where I am? I don't know that, Catherine. Is anyone on here know what would be the best app for Catherine to keep people notified or family notified? I think, honestly, I don't know. You know what you can do? You can get a track. I know what you can do. I know someone whose son, they have a tracking thing in her phone. And the tracking device in her phone, her son can access it and know where she is at all times. So that's what I would suggest you do, Catherine. And it shouldn't even cost anything, or if it does, maybe $1 or $2 extra a month on your bill. But a tracking thing in your phone, you can turn it on in most smartphones now that someone else can access it, because they started it, I think, for parents and kids. But so your son can find out where you are. That's what I would suggest. All right. Okay. Linda says, yep, got the iced tea brewing right now for the eclipse. All right. Well, I am going to ask anyone. Martina says, I hate being alone, especially when I'm having a pain. My shot for April 1st was canceled, so praying I get April 9th. Well, everyone pray that Martina gets her shot for April 9th, and just, Lord, help Martina and her pain, and just come down and comfort her, put your arms, wrap them around her. We're going to be praying for you, Martina. But you know you're not alone. You can come here every Saturday. Kenneth, thank you. Says, doesn't just hearing Carol bring joy? Oh my goodness. Well, everyone who is the first time in the house, could you put a number 1 so I can acknowledge you? Some of you have already acknowledged, but if you want to get acknowledged again, put a number 1. If you have a channel and you're a content creator, would you put a letter C? Because we're getting ready to head on out of here. Don says, we cannot see it in North Carolina, but I will close my eyes when it happens. Are you trying to take Graham's place, Donald? Are you just trying to take Graham's place? Mia says the weather is supposed to be bad along the eclipse route. Wow, interesting. I didn't know that. Jean says San Antonio, Austin, Arlington, Fort Worth, and she's naming these different places. Okay, all right. Martin says hotels in my area are price gouging for rooms. Oh my gosh, some over $1,000 a night. I saw an article where it says that hotels were canceling reservations. So I wonder, are they canceling reservations that they had that were cheaper and rebooking them higher for people coming for the eclipse? I'm just wondering. That would be terrible. Original Mama Grizzly, hey, Original Mama, says, I'm looking up for the rapture. I heard that. All right. Catherine Marr says, oh my goodness, thank you, Carol. I've been watching you for years. Oh, thank you, Catherine. Thank you so much. I have a lot of very loyal, just loyal viewers, and I love each and every one of you. Hey, Keeping Up with Colorado, Lori's in the house. Catherine Marr says, I'm not old. I want to look like you later. Well, I tell you what, my mom, she was beautiful up until the time she got really ill shortly before she passed. But she was beautiful. I don't hold a candle to her, but hey, I have something to look forward to, hopefully having some good genes that I'll look halfway decent for a while longer. Ms. French Twist says, to be 51 again. I know. but I'm trying to be happy at every stage that I'm at. It's not always the easiest thing to do, but I'm really trying. Catherine says, "You're not old either, Angel." Well, thank you. Thank you. I got to tell Jessica that I'm not old. Original Mama Grizzly says, "Time for us to let go of anything God does not want." Yep, that's true. That's true. Everyone's saying hello. Uh, Gigi55 says, "What's in North Carolina?" Well, I have a brother in North Carolina, but I have some business that I have to attend to in South Carolina. And so I'll only be about 3 hours from him. So I'm going to try and see if I can't. I don't know when that's going to be, but thank you, Sandra. Thank you, Sandra. Let's see. Okay, I'm looking to see. I'm going to skip a lot of these things. Hey, Maggie Smith says, "Gigi, I'm in West Virginia, but wish I'd never moved from Hudson, North Carolina." Well, hopefully you'll be able to get back to North Carolina, Maggie. Let's see. Everyone's saying hello. Um, yeah, I saw that, Martin. Over $1,000 a night for hotels for the eclipse. That should be criminal, you know. Catherine says, I do everything. Everywhere I go, I find the people. God brings them to me. If you have a good attitude, that's what will happen. It it will for sure. Um, Savannah is saying hello to everyone. Somehow I hit that button, so we're going to be seeing you for a while, Savannah, probably, unless I. Uh, let's see, what does it say? Well, goodbye, folks. I guess I did get eclipsed. Oh my gosh, do you believe this? Oh, I was getting so hot in here, I had to even take off my hat. Oh my goodness. Whew. Oh, I see Grim, Grim. I'm Grim. Graham's in the house. All right, guys. Well, see you next time. Oh my goodness. Okay. Take care. I will see you. Whoo, Lisa, just I didn't even know the live was still going. Thought I had a thing that was streaming across there with Sandra. So I thought, well, let me, and it something on here said removed from stage. So I thought it meant that. So I hit that and it removed me. uh Jean says Carol's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. Ain't that the truth? Jean, you never lied there. That is so true. Oh my gosh, you're funny. Brenda says you still don't see her. All right, well, folks, I'm gonna end this while I still can. I still have some control over the thing. All right, love each and every one of you. May your journeys be filled with joy and blessings. Check out the video Monday coming about what the government is doing and how they're monitoring us on YouTube even. But yes, Annie and Sven says that's the fun of it. All right. Miss Net says, good seeing my second family. Good. Have a good weekend. You guys have a good weekend. Stay safe out there. And I will see you. I might do a pop-up sometime during the week. I don't know. Stay tuned. If it pops up, it'll pop up. All right. Love you guys. See you later. Bye-bye.